Welcome to Vintage Radio Cafe, your number one channel for relaxing vintage audio restoration. If you like watching an idiot wielding a soldering iron, you've come to the right place. Watch Ray's attempts to fix wonderful forgotten radios from another era, way before transistors. Sometimes he even gets them working again. What could go wrong, right?
Hello and welcome back, everybody. So today on the bench we have the Saba Wildbad 125, which belongs to Patrick. Patrick is the guy who sold me the Otello, the Normandie Otello. I just finished that radio. A couple of days later, I want to start working on this one because when I bought the radio and I met with Patrick, he explained that he was moving, most of this radio collection. He had many, but this is one of the ones that he wanted to keep. And he says it's not working. Turns on, but after a while it just turns off. So we'll have a look at that. I said this before. I don't really like to fix radios for other people because I'm just not confident enough. I'm always afraid I might make it worse, break it or something. But since this is a Saba and I never done a Saba before, never worked on them, I accepted. I said, yeah, okay, challenge accepted. So what he says is that it starts, but then it dies off. So we'll have to check that. I'll show you in more details, but one thing that's obvious is that the power cord has been changed. It's very short, that's it. So it's like 3 feet maybe, 38 inches, something like that. This is a new cord, a new plug. If there's a new plug, there was a reason. There was a reason. I mean, it's in good shape. The cable's in good shape, but yeah, maybe it broke off somewhere, and we'll see what's the deal with that. But already, since the radio turns on and then dies down, I'm suspecting once again the main power switch. So it's a 1960 radio, AM/FM stereo. Well, it says stereo, but there's only one output valve, so it's probably just stereo capable. In 1960, unless they had a lot of foresight, a lot of vision of the radios being all stereo, broadcast stereo, which only became popular in 62. It was mostly for the inputs, the phono and the tape input. And what's particular about this radio is that it's AM, FM, and it goes all the way to 108. It has a short wave and long wave. Okay, so there's 4 bands. You have the usual, tone control, bass, and treble here, and you could put it, really on mono. But I was, playing with the piano keys, and it was different with the on-off. The on-off, it didn't move back up any of the other switches like the other ones do. But this one, and I read a comment on Radio Museum as I was looking for the schematic, there's actually a midpoint here, and you don't have to press it all the way down. Yeah, that's enough. Same for speech. It won't. See, this is where it clicks. But you don't have to go all the way down like that. Just, anyways, we'll figure it out. So yeah, it's quite different. The volume works very good. Well, it turns nicely. So this does the ferrite antenna indicator, and there's a number there. Yeah, I can barely see it, but you can see the position from 1 to 10. The tuner, the dial, works great, works beautiful. We'll see that in more details, both on AM and FM band, medium wave and FM. Wow, it smells like quality. One issue that's obvious You can easily move the bass, but not, absolutely not the treble. So this is seized up, frozen in place. Also, the grill cloth are plastic, and they're noisy, they're loose. So that will have to be assessed. We'll have to evaluate that. And yeah, the original little sticker is there with some indication, the model and all that. I can tell you the grill cloth is pretty yellowed, especially here around the speakers. Instead of just being black, it's really yellow. So it has been in a smoker's house at one point. The cabinet is in very good shape, although it's a new finish for me. It has texture. It's not shiny. It's not a plasticky, absolutely clear finish. You see the wood, you feel the wood, and it's blonde. It's pretty pale, but it's a nice model. So yeah, Saba writing is in white. I believe it's plastic. No oxidation visible on the tuning and volume knob. So yeah, let's turn it around and have a look at what we got. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there's only 6 tubes in there. So, but we'll see them. Okay. Let me get set up. Okay, so we have the back of the radio, and yeah, as you can see, it has, let me just remove this for now. Yeah, something like that. So it has all the antenna, okay, array here. You can hook up a recorder or a pickup, and I believe it's only one external speakers. This is the voltage selector, and yeah, it's wrong. It's set at 110. Is it? Yeah, it's set at 110. Should be a 120. Don't know if I can show you that. You know what? Maybe that will give us an indication of the problem. If it's on the wrong voltage, maybe it's the wrong fuse. So to remove the back, I like this system. There's 2 screws and there's those rockers here. So let's remove that. And the cutaway for the antenna is just the right size. So this is how those work. Yeah, they just hook up here. Very nice, very nice. So what do we have here? Pretty clean inside, I have to say. So here's the selector, voltage selector. So it's set at 110. I suppose there's 110 and 125. Maybe that's why they were hesitant to use 125, but that's should be the right one. Fuses here. You've got the main filter can. There's 2 50s in there. And yeah, you got your vacuum tubes. I don't know, DL84, ECC85. Well, let's look at the back. So where it should be. Yeah, that's what I thought. The ECH81, the EF89, yeah, the EABC80, yeah, which will work with the EL84. First IF can, second IF can. I don't see the AM tuner. This is the FM. I believe it's just underneath. Yeah, there's another box there. Yeah, we'll have a look closer, but yeah, the general arrangement is that. The transformer is there. The output transformer for the audio is just underneath. And here's the switch. Very, very different for me. Never seen those switch. Not sure if they tend to get dirty, but I would think. So we'll see how it works. The two speakers are, well, let me see how big they are. Just roughly. Yeah, I was way off. The exterior is 10-inch, 10-inch per speaker. So inside it's probably 9.5 or something. Those are huge, huge speakers. General condition is very, very nice. Everything turns smoothly. Yeah, see the antenna here? Perfectly silent. Tuner, volume. Yeah, it's interesting though. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, so one thing that drew my attention is this here. This string that's holding some kind of a sticker. What does it say? Amerikanischer Flagstecker. Yeah, it's probably for the American import. Yeah. It says 108 MCs, so we know it goes all the way to 108. This is going to be in the way though. And it's just, let me try to just remove this. It's just about ready to break and I don't want to break it. Okay, done. There's at least one cap I'll have to look at. This one. And let's have a closer look at the switch. Yeah, this guy. It's got like 3 levels. Okay, there's a rod on the back. Or is it a string? Oh yeah, just a string. See how it works. Oh. Okay, I get it. It just pulls on it to release it. Okay. Have to be really careful with that if we want to clean it. If there's a problem there, we'll see. Speakers seem to be in very, very good condition, so shouldn't be an issue with that. Yeah, speakers are very nice. They're different though. See, there's a big metal cover here. There's none there. Something else that's drawing my attention. Another string there. Maybe I can show it. It's a little part stuck to the magnet. See that? Little lock washer. I don't know where it goes, but we'll keep it. Keep it safely. Oh, there's not much I can tell about the radio so far. But that's our starting point. So yeah, different. It's the same speaker though. They have the same number. They're written S and R. Maybe that's right. That's the signal or left. Signal left or left mono. There's a positive indicated here. Okay. Let's have a look at the bottom. See what we're up against. Oh, maybe I can show you this though. Yeah, this is interesting. Here, where you usually have the switches and the inductors, well, they took the precaution of putting a plastic cap all over it So this protects it. I don't know if it's because they just didn't want people to go and play with the inductors, the coils, or to protect the switch, so the wafer switch, so they don't get dirty. Let me get closer. See what I mean here? First time I see that. Very nice. Very nice, I have to say. Okay, let's have a look at the bottom. Let's remove the board, the access hatch, I believe you call it. And again, very nicely made. Let me get a little cup here, so I don't lose anything. What I mean by very nice is that it's just a, perforated masonite, but this screw, they put a brass one. How nice. Just to make sure it had good contact with the ground foil here, and it slides underneath there, recessed. Wow. So I'll have to check capacitors, of course, but I can tell you everything's looking pristine. There's a few WEMAs and a few Eero caps. They also have Saba Styro. I didn't even know they made their own. Yeah, let's have a closer look. Looks very, very clean. So I could do part of the recapping just by this access, but we'll see. Probably need to put it in the chassis holder. Look at that. There's a lot of stuff, but it seems to be, well organized. And don't know if we'll be able to see it. I'll show you when it's out of the cabinet. I wanted to show you the electrolytic can connector. Don't think you can see it. It's behind there. Yeah. So that's another electrolytic, another one. Well, there's at least 4 in that area. I'll have to look at the schematic. But yeah, nice access to the output transformer. Some adjustment for the alignment can be done here. Right there. Those guys. Very nice. Okay. Let's put her in and do a couple of tests. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm back. I worked a little bit on the radio because I wasn't having any continuity from the plug and all the power supply here. But yeah, just before I turned the radio on its side, something caught my eye. I'm going to see. You're going to be able to see this. Yeah, look at this little package. It was most likely just slid like this, even with the grid there, the back panel. It was possible to push it inside, so that's probably what it was. But let's see what it is. Yeah, so let's see what we have. It's just a little Ziploc bag. Let's open it up. See what's inside. Seems to be 2 pieces of paper on a crumbled up piece of paper, and another one here. Isn't this fun? Discovery. Oh, seems to be a bill. MG Electronic, Rue Saint-Georges in Saint-Jérôme, Quebec. 588. So that would be August 8th, 2008, $1.35. Fusible en verre. Oh, that's a fuse. Oh, okay. What is this? .2 amp, 125 volts. Okay, so the guy took a note of what he needed, most likely, and went to the store and bought some fuses. Oh, okay. See the one on the right? It's blown. This is another new one, so he got a spare. Okay, how interesting. How very, very interesting. Because, as you may recall, the plug has been changed. So, did it blow something? Maybe it was broken somewhere and it shorted. So they put a new plug and a new fuse. Okay. Well, okay. I'm happy I found that. The only thing though, the radio was set to 110 volts. And this is his own note is 125. So I don't know why it wasn't set to 125. I mean, their voltage here is 120. Sorry. I typically get 121, 122, all the way up to 123. So I'm going to, well, I already changed that. And I set it to 125. And yeah. If it's just because of the short on the plug, on the power cord, that's great news. But if the fuse blew for some other reason, then we'll have to find the cause. So, okay, back to the back panel. Like I said, I didn't have continuity at all on the plug, on the prongs, on the two prongs. So I decided to clean everything, and you know me. Brought it to a shine. It was not that bad, okay? A little bit of corrosion, but not that much. But there was also a little bit on those contacts for the selector. So it's just a matter of unscrewing this, and when you remove it, there's a contact there. There's a slot that allows it to only move like half a circle, half a moon, and then there's a contact here, actually here. So you slide it into the right slot. So that was also corroded a bit. This was too. While I was at it, I also polished the prongs. Wasn't that bad, but and I figured out. I took another look at the switch. So it was so dirty outside, I didn't even have continuity on those contacts. If you can believe that. So now I have continuity everywhere. I have reasonable resistance. So it all makes sense. Let me just show you. Get a multimeter going here. Yeah, at first I couldn't get continuity anywhere. So let me just show you at least here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Check the plug. Great. So one less thing to worry about. So I'm going to plug this thing and do a quick first test. Oh yeah, I forgot, guys. I also checked all the vacuum tubes, and I'm pretty sure the Magic Eye is going to be dead, as always. But the EF89 was, what was it? it was under any measurements, under 60. So it was like in the yellow zone, iffy. So very, very weak. I swapped it for another one that I had that was at 83. The ECC 85 for the FM, one side was completely leaky. It didn't pass the grid leakage test. So I had a better one that wasn't as strong, maybe 80, 81 instead of 83, 84. But it's not leaky at least. The EL84 was great at 90, I think it was 96. And I forget the other one. Well, I took notes. So the EF89 very weak, replaced. ECH81 was good at 90. EABC, yeah. The ABC 80 was good at 93. The EL84 very good at 96. ECC 85 very leaky at 82, 83. So I replaced it with an 82. Not leaky. Okay. So that's our starting point. Let me get set up. We'll do a first test. Be right back.